Arizona is famous for its grand vistas. Miles and miles of scenic beauty. But there's also a not-so-scenic side. Acres are littered with shot-up televisions, pieces of glass bottles, washing machines, cell phones, brass, and shotgun shells. These piles are called trigger trash.
The biggest issues we have with this area were the increase of target shooters and people coming out and shooting up the natural resources, including the saguaros and the palo verdes, and then not hauling out their trash. It's been a huge problem for us. And with the volunteer project that we have going on today, it helps us get the area picked up and get it looking nice again.
Aside from tarnishing the beauty of the desert, opportunities such as recreational shooting can become prohibited when areas aren't maintained and taken care of. So it's really up to the public to get out there and take care of those lands they enjoy using.
This area is managed by the Bureau of Land Management. We're just a few miles southwest of the city of Maricopa. This area has traditionally been used for target shooting. It's a favorite for the locals. It's easy to get out here, and there's plenty of safe backdrops for target shooting.
We probably have about 65 people that showed up today, even in the threat of bad rain. Dusty Bunch Shooting Club came up with a great idea to make the cleanups better, feasible, and not wear out our volunteers. And volunteers are very, very important for this. So we came up with an idea with front-loader tractors. We have vehicles you'll see running up and down that'll make runs back and forth continuously so we don't wear out our volunteers. The volunteers brings the bags up to the road, and we continually have a running back and forth of vehicles picking up the litter and the bags that they fill so our volunteers can be more efficient and more condensed in certain areas, and then we can move around like that, which makes for a better and more efficient and less wear and tear. And we limit it to only 1 or 2 vehicles, because that, again, we don't want a lot of vehicles all over treading on the land and extra tracks and grooves and so on like that. We want to minimize the heavy use of vehicles, and at the same time, the way we have it figured out, it really, really makes the cleanups go fast. Last year we got 13.5 tons out of here in about 4.5 to 5 hours.
Along with the Dusty Bunch Shooting Club, the cleanup was sponsored by Tread Lightly, the Bureau of Land Management, and Arizona Game and Fish. While there is a wide variety of trash being collected, not all of it is going to stay trash. Everything that can be recycled will be.
Last year there was a lot more big things. This year we're working on little stuff. Little stuff is a lot more tedious, doesn't take up as much space, but is equally as important to clean up out of our desert. So we decided to focus on scrap metal, like shell casings, and things like satellite dishes that people are using for their target practice. So we are leaving behind things like broken glass bottles today. If I had to guess how much broken glass is out here, it would probably take more than my lifetime to clean that up. So we're focusing on things that are we can collect in one day. We have magnets to collect shell casings, obviously things like brass and other types of metals like aluminum you're not going to get with a magnet. I brought 8 95-gallon containers for scrap metal. I've got the back of my pickup truck and some room in our trailer, so we're hoping to at least get 20 cubic yards of scrap metal today.
They recycle the trash, and then it's used again in making your products, your bottles and papers, so on, as people see when it says recycled on your labels of different products that you buy nowadays.
So the obvious question is, why do people trash the areas they love?
I think it's just not realizing the consequences of their actions, but you have everyone out here today is most likely a target shooter, and so they're doing their part, and they're just working to, spread the message to other people that enjoy recreational shooting so that they can do the same.
It's been my experience that it's an education issue. Illegal dumpers are not in any age group particularly. They're not in any economic class, ethnicity or race. They're all of the above. It's because it's how they were raised. If they were raised to respect our public lands, then they do respect our public lands. If they haven't been raised that way, then unfortunately they don't respect. That's one of the main reasons why we're out here today, is a lot of people use this range and they may think, oh, I'm going to leave this satellite dish out here so somebody else could use it for target practice. They knew it was going to cost money to take that TV in to be recycled properly, so, well, I'm just going to shoot it up out here. Okay, so we just need to educate people on what is right and help them do the right thing.
But getting people to change bad habits can be difficult, and land managers and wildlife officers can only do so much. That's where organizations like Tread Lightly can make a difference.
In Arizona, we've got our Respected Access is Open Access campaign, and that's really an effort to raise people's awareness to trigger trash and litter out on our public lands and try to take care of these lands so that we can continue to access them for opportunities like recreational shooting and whatever you choose to do when you get outdoors. The Respected Access is Open Access in Arizona campaign is really encouraging everyone to get outdoors and to take the ACT pledge, to be accountable, to clean up after yourselves, and to tread lightly.
Trigger trash is litter, and when you leave it behind, you trash the reputation of responsible hunters and shooters. Set an example and encourage others to protect public land. Remember the golden rule of outdoor recreation: leave the wild places you visit the way you would like to find them.